welcome back to my channel. So today's video is for my Greaseball Association members. In other words, this video is for my oily prone skin beauties. If you follow me here on my channel, you know how bad my skin is when it comes to being oily and also acne. So today's video is my top foundation for oily skin, because you guys know one thing with makeup companies is the fact that most of the time they come out with different foundation and claim that the foundation is good for oily skin, and most times when you try it out, when you have oily skin, like when I'm talking of oily skin, I'm not talking of people that just have oily skin once in a while. I'm talking of like people like me who, after applying their makeup, like my makeup can only last like maybe 3-4 hours on my face before I start having oil on my nose and also the sides of my cheek. And I know so many people also have oil on their T-zone, that's their T-zone, their nose and the sides of their cheek, and I fall in that category. So I've been through a lot of foundation. Like you guys, I'm a foundation junkie. I love to try out any foundation that comes out, especially foundations that claim helping with covering up like blemishes, dark spots, acne, and also oily skin. So I'm always in the hunt for new foundations, and also most of the foundations I have, you guys also recommended them. When we're talking about oily skin, you guys, no matter how oily your skin is, it's always advised to moisturize. You have to moisturize. I can't stress this enough. You have to moisturize your skin before you put on any makeup, and even when you don't wear makeup, you always have to moisturize. And the very first foundation I have right here, I know you guys, like, if you guess the foundation right, let me know in the comment section, because you guys know I am obsessed. Like, I'm obsessed with my with my Cat Body Lucky Tattoo foundation. Like, if you follow me here on my channel, you know this foundation is my holy grail. I don't think this foundation could have taken any position in this video apart from the #1 position, because you guys know I'm obsessed, like obsessed with this foundation. This right here is a full coverage foundation, and also it helps with controlling oily skin. It's a full matte foundation, and you guys, please, if you have oily skin, try as much as possible to stay away from any foundation that is luminous or that has like silk finish. I understand. I know sometimes we just want to glow and have all those like luminosity on our faces, but come to think of it, if you use a matte foundation, give your face less than 3-4 hours, your face will automatically produce oil, which at the end of the day turns you into being luminous. So I would say, if you have an oily skin, please stay away from any foundation that is not a matte foundation. And the very next foundation I have here is this one right here, and it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. A lot of you recommended this foundation for me, and for such a long time, like, I've been seeing this foundation, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about it, but for some reason I've always ignored it. I don't know what the thing is, but I never looked in the direction of this foundation, but I'm glad I did. I don't ever run out of blotting sheets because I always need them, but with this foundation right here, you guys, I can wear this foundation 5, 6, 7 hours without even a single oil on my face. Like, this right here is amazing. It's a full coverage foundation. It's also matte, and the coverage is what I love. I love the coverage, and also with the fact that it helps with controlling my oily skin. Foundation I have to talk about is this one right here, and it's from the drugstore. It's the Iman stick foundation. Like, seriously, you guys, I've never been a fan of stick foundation, but this foundation right here broke the record for me. Like, I don't know what it is about this foundation, and to be honest, it's actually very, very affordable. I think this should be probably $10 or $11. I can't remember. I bought it from Walgreens, I think, but this foundation right here changed the game for me when it comes to using stick foundation. I don't know, I used to be very, very skeptical of stick foundations, because especially if you have like dark spots or blemishes to cover, I always believe that stick foundations always leave somewhat like patches on the face. But surprisingly, when I started using this foundation, it changed the whole philosophy I have about stick foundation. Like, it changed everything, and I actually use this one in Clay too. This foundation right here is ideal. It's perfect for oily skin. Like, whenever I have this foundation on, I don't bother with my oily skin, because I know at least it will take it 6-7 hours before I start producing oil. And one amazing thing about this foundation is the fact that, you guys, it's oil free. So at least you're not you know, trying to escape from oil and then putting products that is oil based on your face. This right here is oil free. So if you don't have $50, $40, $30 to purchase high-end foundation for oily skin, you can easily walk into any drugstore and pick up this foundation because it's amazing. So since we're talking about drugstore foundation, the very next foundation I have here is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. You guys, you remember sometime last year, I think 2015, I used this foundation a lot on my channel. The coverage, the fact that it's matte, and you guys, like seriously, this is the only foundation out of the whole foundation I have here that I always don't like using a matte and primer before going in with this foundation, because this foundation right here is very matte. And also when it comes to the coverage, this right here is a full coverage foundation. This right here can beat most of the high-end foundations I have, because I just love everything about it. The fact that it's mattifying, and also the coverage, and also of course whenever we're talking about a mattifying foundation, that also means, you know, that it helps with controlling oil. Alright, so the next foundation I have here is the Anastasia Stick Foundation, and you guys know Anastasia Beverly Hills just came out with this foundation, I would say like a few months ago, and like when we heard she was coming out with her own foundation, everybody was literally going crazy, because like I'm so in love with, you know, most of Anastasia products. So of course I had to get my hands on this one, and I picked up the shade in Chestnut. This was specifically meant for oily skin. So you guys, I grabbed my hands on it, and I love this foundation when it comes to, you know, the coverage. I love the coverage, and also the fact that it's mattifying. Like when I apply it, I hardly ever produce oil when I apply this foundation. It gives a very nice, you know, a very nice like matte finish. It's not too matte that is drying matte, but you know, it gives a very nice matte finish, and also helps, you know, control the production of oil. And then the very last foundation I have to show you guys is my MAC Prolonged Wear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. Like you guys, I also remember there was a time this foundation was just like the only foundation I used here on my channel, because I was just so obsessed with it. Like I'm still obsessed with it right now, but I believe, you know, I have other foundations, so I always like interchange between them. But this right here is a very good foundation when we're talking about oily skin, and also it's waterproof, and this gives a very nice full coverage. This is actually what I'm wearing today, and I always mix these two shades. I mix NC45 and NC50 because like we're always cut in the middle. NC45 is a little bit too light for me, and NC50 is a little bit too dark. So I'm so happy that finally MAC had our cry, and they are coming out with, I believe, NC47. So I believe that right there will be the perfect shade for us. Like I said, this is what I'm wearing on my face, and I believe I did my makeup like let me see, I did my makeup around 2, and it's like to 11 in the night. So we're talking of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 9. That means I've been wearing this makeup for 9 hours. Like seriously, you guys, look at my face and tell me if you can see any oil. Maybe the highlights you can see on the center of my nose, but that is the only oil you can probably see. I'm not seeing clearly because the viewfinder is a little bit far. Maybe I'm producing oil right now, but seriously, you guys, I've been wearing this foundation for the past 9 hours, and this is it. I've not even I've not blotted anything. This is just the whole face. Yes guys, this foundation, I can't even stress how much I love it when it comes to, you know, oily skin. Like this right here gives me the coverage I want, and also helps me with my oily skin. I'm just so in love with this right here. Yeah, and yeah guys, I believe that is it. I just wanted to quickly share my best foundations for oily skin, because I always get questions in my comment section with people asking me what are the best foundations for oily skin. So I was like, oh my god, I have to, you know, show you guys my best foundations when it comes to oily skin, because like seriously, my skin gives me concern most of the time, because I produce so much oil that sometimes it can be annoying. And yeah guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button below, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one very soon.